Everyone has opinions and has a right to have one. Sometimes you agree with them and sometimes you don't. When the majority of people are in disagreement with an opinion, this is generally referred to as a hot take. Welcome back, my dear friends and foes. Well, I might lose some friends and gain some foes after this video, because in this video I will be presenting my hottest takes surrounding Rocket League. And I'm starting off with some lukewarm takes all the way up to Mustafar hot. Some Star Wars Easter eggs for you nerds.
Hello there.
And oh boy, after the last one you'll probably say... Number 1. You suck just as much as your teammates do. This one is for all people solo queuing that claim to be hard stuck because their teammates suck. Well, I hate to break it to you, because so do you. You guys are at the same rank for a reason. And of course, there might be the odd one out that is solo queuing after being boosted by a friend or something like that, but most likely when a teammate messes up your game, they are just probably having a bad day or a bad game in comparison to you. And chances are that the next or previous game you lose, you will be that teammate. This is a pitfall I found myself in. It's a false belief, so to say, that somehow all of my teammates are redacted. But then in retrospect, I see myself making the same errors as they have been making. And on top of that, as soon as you allow that belief to manifest, you will just get tilted and start playing like canine excrement yourself. So stop blaming others, look at your own points of improvement, and for the love of God, if you're solo queuing, turn off chat. It will help you to keep your sanity in check. Number 2. Rocket League shouldn't be free to play. And that's not because I want to paywall poor people out of this game or something like that, but there are two things in this game that I think most people would agree that are kind of messing up the experience from time to time. Number 1, Smurfs, and number 2, scammers. And in my line of thinking, having a paywall would not entirely cure these issues, but it would be a way to stem the bleeding, so to say. And I'm not talking about the original price of like 20 bucks, but you know, something like $5 or something. Not too much, but just a little extra hurdle, just enough for scammers and smurfs to withhold them from creating just another account. And I will risk a ban, so yeah, fuck it, it's free to play, I can make an account anytime I want. And perhaps it won't help at all, but seeing that a lot of people have alt accounts and can make one in a jiffy, it seems like this is the only real way to actually do something about these two issues at the same time. But it will never happen. Now we've crossed the free-to-play line and there's no going back, unfortunately. So, fuck my life. But it is what it is. Number 3. Stealing goals is okay. If you whine, complain, get mad, cry, rage because your teammates are stealing goals, you just shut the fuck up. A goal is a goal, no matter who scores it. I'd rather have a teammate going for the ball that I put on net and tapping it in last minute than the other team making an insane miraculous save. I mean, in both cases I would be deprived of a goal, but the latter situation is more detrimental to the entire game itself. So, yeah. I mean, I'd much rather be MVP, of course, but if you tap it in just to be sure, that's cool with me. I don't care. A goal is a goal. If we win, we win. The only moment when complaining about goal stealing is legit is when a teammate is chasing for it so hard that they end up saving your shot for the opponent. Disappointed! Other than that, just shut up, man. I mean, of course, there are limits to it, but in general, goal stealing isn't toxic or whatsoever, in my opinion. It's just a goal. Having more goals doesn't rank you up faster, so just be happy he tapped it in and didn't save it for the opponents, I guess. Number 4. We don't need Unreal Engine 5. There, I said it. Unreal Engine 5 doesn't matter. Yes, I've made a point about it in my previous video, but that's more regarding to Rocket League Racing, and I know that Psyonix is working on a move over to Unreal Engine 5 for the base game as well, but I'm just a bit of a skeptic. A bit of a pessimist, I guess. I mean, almost everything about the game seems to be working perfectly at this moment. Okay, maybe an improved tick rate for the game engine would be an upgrade, but I mean, there are quite some pitfalls that might present themselves when we switch over to an entirely new engine. And yes, it's built upon the foundations of the previous engines, but still, it's another engine. And of course, we would be having way better graphics. But what about all these other aspects of the game? Like the physics, the mechanics, hitboxes, like would that all translate perfectly to Unreal Engine 5? And I think that that in itself is a huge task. And I think that Psyonix need to be really careful with how they would release something like that. I mean, we've been on Unreal Engine 3 for years now, and I mean, it's working. Never change a winning team, they say. In my book, Rocket League is still a winning team at this moment. And yes, better graphics are cool and all, but one of Rocket League's biggest strengths is that it's able to run on your dad's 80s fax machine. If you have a Tamagotchi, it will probably be able to run Rocket League at this point. I don't know how the step up in engine will affect other people with lower end systems. I mean, I'm still running on a 1070. We don't know anything about the Unreal Engine 5 thing. It might not ever happen, for that matter, but it seems that at least Rocket League Racing is confirmed to be in Unreal Engine 5, so I imagine to keep consistency between these titles, they eventually want to port over the base game to Unreal Engine 5 as well. So I just hope that everything is working perfectly in a one-to-one reference to the base game, at least, maybe barring some improvements here and there, like for example the graphics. Number 5, you should only keep the ball up at 0 seconds when you're 1 goal behind. This one speaks for itself. If we're up 1 goal and it's 0 seconds, I'll purposefully spike the ball to the ground to end the match. Yes, I am that kind of person. When I'm playing ranked, I play to win. I mean, it's just that simple. And keeping the ball up at 0 seconds is just taking unnecessary risk and time. So no, I will not participate in that. When we're 1 goal down though, it's all fun and games. I'm all up for it, baby. Let's keep that ball as high as possible. I don't give a fuck. I'll happily join the festivities, because it means we might be able to force overtime and by extension a win. Is that toxic? Perhaps. Do I care? No. If the difference in goals is multiple, i.e. keeping the ball up doesn't matter anything for the game, I just tend to look at my phone or something like that. Perhaps maybe I'll join in if I feel extra frivolous that day. But don't put your money in it. Am I a bad person? I might be a bad person. This one is scalding hot and I'm gonna make some enemies. After the previous one you might already expect it, but number 6. Rule 1 is redacted. I know, not this rule 1, but this rule 1. I just think it's dumb. I just think it's boring. I just think it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm not a person that likes to break rules, but for me, in order to abide by your rules, they need to make sense for me. And rule 1 just doesn't make sense to me. Does this make me a horrible, rotten, evil person? Yes. What are you gonna do about it? But Carlos, it's just a silly little rule, just for fun. No, it's just dumb. And I know it's a meme, but as soon as you say something about, oh, I don't participate in rule 1, I just don't think it makes sense, people get their bucket hats out, they take on their Templar outfits, their fucking the gambesons, and they start screaming, Deus Volt, parry this, you filthy casual, I'll kill you, motherfucker, I know where your house lives. They will go Crusader on your ass. But still, I just don't respect that rule. Sorry, not sorry. If you like to partake in such activities, fine, you do you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're happy with rule 1. But if there's a rule 1 going on in my ranked matches and I don't see a clear advantage for my team in that moment, I'm bumping your asses. But if we are on the offensive, one of the opponents is overextended and the other one is locked up in a rule 1, well, you do you, baby. I'll leave you alone. Am I a bad guy? I might be bad guy. I don't know, but still, like I said, I play ranked to win. If it's casual, I don't really care. But if it's a ranked match, suck my poopy hole. I might actually be toxic. Someone has to be the bad guy, I guess. So yeah, these are my Rocket League hot takes, ranked from lukewarm to Mustafar hot. And you'll probably let me know down in the comments what kind of piece of shit I am. And that's fine. But if you have some hot takes for yourself, please share them with me, because I can't be the only one that has some controversial opinions in this game, because it seems like the whole fucking subreddit and everyone in this community is like one big fucking circle jerk. So please.
Alright, welcome to Shitty Walk. Take all the praise.
So please let me know down in the comments how much you hate me, how much you agree or disagree with me, and what are your hot takes surrounding Rocket League. And if you post nasty shit in the comments, I mean, I guess that's fine. Just try to keep it somewhat clean. Oh yeah, and if you don't subscribe, I'll sell your dog to Elon Musk in exchange for a blue check mark. So yeah, see you guys next time.